And we are live. Quick one. Got a lot of work going on today. Delivered a bunch of stuff this morning. Just want to do a quickie. Hey, Jess, good morning. Did some videos this morning. I did the blower, the Echo blower. Worked out good with the fuel lines. I did a, what is it? Troy-Bilt MTD, little kid's backpack blower. That's done. I just finished up a McCulloch fuel line primer bulb. Those, I didn't do a video on it. There's 100 videos out there on how to replace fuel lines on a McCulloch. McCullochs, especially on the bigger ones, they've got those two fuel lines that are impossible to get to because they're in back of the gas tank and they go in through the chassis. I use the trick that chainsaw guy uses where you take the wire, you fold the end of it so it's like pinched, and you put a little bit of the fuel line on it and you pull it through. It seems to work okay for me. Yeah, me too, Craig. I figured I got a guy coming by with a Skag mower in about 10, 15 minutes, so I figured I'd just come on for a few minutes. Craigie, I never saw anything like this with this Ryobi. I mean, the coil was hitting, and I saw that there were actually wear marks on the flywheel it was hitting. So now that I took that and spaced it accordingly and all that, it just feels like it's not popping right. Then I take the plug out, and the plug seems dry, like it's not getting any fuel. But, I mean, if your timing's off with your spark, you should still get fuel, though. It should still suck through and get fuel. Correct me if I'm wrong. It should still be a wet plug if the carburetor's good. So, like I said, I put a Bosch plug in there, and was it WSR6 or whatever it is, and it seems like it's firing. I think the timing's off, so I'll have to take the flywheel off. The problem is the cases are cheap plastic, so I'm going to use my pneumatic chisel, see if I can pop off the flywheel because I don't want to take a crowbar under the plastic. I'll definitely chip it. But it's football Sunday. I'm a football guy. I like football. So this kid's going to come up in another few minutes with his Skag. He wants a new transmission put in it. One of those Peerless 4 or 5 speeds. Easy job if the pulley comes off. But, yeah, I did, Craig. I even I shot fuel in the cylinder, and it didn't pop. That makes me think timing. Because if it fires at the wrong time, it's not going to do. You hear it when you're pulling it like a beep, almost like it's firing, but just a little, momentary fire, and like it's caught, meaning it's firing on the wrong stroke where the fire is internal. So it's not really popping out the muffler. So that's why and you get the kickback. So as soon as I felt kickback, I figured it's got to be timing. So, go Green Bay. I don't know. They're playing Vikings today. I think it's Vikings. The odds are they're going to get beat, but I hope they don't. Anyway, back to the Ryobi. Since it's kicking back, I'm thinking definitely timing. So, we'll see. Today, I got 2 crap games on TV, Patriots and Dolphins. You might as well give them the win. I mean, anyone could beat the Dolphins. And then Giants and somebody else, but we'll see. Muffler's brand new. I took it off, brand new. No carbon in it, nothing. Cylinder's perfect. Piston, no score, nothing. It's perfect, Yeah, but this one actually, I think, I'm trying to think, has a real key. I think it's a Woodruff key because if you look, you could actually see a keyway. It's not solid like when they have the molded in keys in the flywheel. So I'm assuming it's a standard steel Woodruff key. But with the backfiring, it has to be timing. So after I watch a little football and get that out of my system, I'll put the recorder on and I'll go down and hit it. But I've never seen it. He was running it. He said it just stopped. I took off the chain brake, and the clutch was actually in pieces. The 3 internal pieces, the spring, and then the drum, there was all apart. I was like, what the heck happened here? And the flywheel nut was a little bit apart, but something happened. Something happened. I don't know what he did. North Vikings is a decent team, so we'll see what happens this year, Jess. So, yeah, I do want to get that done. Tomorrow, it's going to be a nice payday. Today was a good payday. The Aaron's 2-into-1, I delivered that this morning. That was a good chunk of change in my pocket. There was a guy from work. He tipped me well because it's a rental property, and the tenant is the one who melted the other machine down. So he didn't want to spend $1,000. He didn't have it to spend. So, a couple $100 later, he has a beautifully running machine with brand new blades. So he's happy. What else am I working on? I definitely got to get to that 257 that needs seals. It's a guy at work too, and he's probably not hammering me for it, but he needs it. So I really got to get on there. Coil could have been messed up. Yeah, I mean, definitely it was rough. It's just probably, I don't know if you saw in the video, maybe 40, 50 degrees of actual deep rubbing on the side. Luckily, it was not where the magnet was. It was rubbing more where it was non-magnet, but I don't know. It's just weird. And I've never seen that before. And it seemed like the bolts were tight. They really seemed tight, the two bolts. And they had Loctite on them and everything, the purple Loctite. So I don't know. But something else I could try. It was just weird. I took it all apart, took the plug out, yet I still felt resistance. So I knew something was going on, Yeah, I tell you, Craig, I just finished a Mac maybe 10 minutes ago. A 30, what the hell was it? 3216. So 32cc. New fuel lines, primer bulb, the standard stuff that goes wrong. And I was telling Jess where I use the chainsaw guy's trick where he takes the wire and bends it, crosses it on the end, and attaches that to a little sharpened piece of the end of the fuel line and rips it through. Worked great. I mean, everything was fine. So what I've got to do is I got to go to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy a case more of the True Fuel because a quart doesn't last. You work on 3 or 4 machines and you're a couple of cans down. So the Troy-Bilt was a pain, a 25cc. I call it a kid's backpack. The thing is this big. It's tiny. And basically just varnish. Oh, it stunk. Varnish stunk. I mean, what hoses were in there were just goo. They were total goo. So I took it out. I took a hemostat and I put a rag on the end of it and I flushed it out with gasoline, cleaned it all out. Got it going, but I gave everyone a tip in that video. I don't know if you guys saw it. If you got an old machine that's varnished up, don't hit the primer bulb. You don't want any fuel, and there was some of this fuel left in these fuel lines. So do not touch that primer bulb at all. Rip those lines out, change all your fuel, change your fuel lines, then cycle fresh fuel through it. Because if I had cycled that varnish through, it probably would have never run. It would have gumped up the fuel pump diaphragms easily. So like I said, tore out the lines, new fuel filter, new fuel. Then I primed it. It primed easy. The bulb returned, which is nice. If the bulb doesn't return, then you got a check valve leak internally. But worked out good. So, yeah, but that Mac though, Craig, I don't know. I feel for you, buddy, because a guy, who was it? Guy I knew came in last week or came by because he's doing it out of house. He came by with the Eager Beaver, one of those little Eager Beaver, and I said to him, I go, "What's wrong with it?" He goes, "Well, I haven't run in a few years, and man, did this thing stink." And I said to him, I said, "Look, not for nothing." I gave him a price. I think I told him $35. I said, "I will rip out the fuel lines, put in new fuel lines, new fuel filter, and clean up the carburetor." 35. I figure that's honest because they're not hard to do. Oh, I don't want to spend that kind of money. Well, turns out I said to him, "Where'd you get a chainsaw?" "Oh, I got it at the dump." Okay, you get it at the dump and you expect a small engine guy to fix it for free? Are you kidding me? So I love people, though. They stop by. They'll put something in front of my garage. They'll leave a note with a number. And Willie, hey, good morning. How are you? Unbelievable. Like I said, they'll drop something off with a note and say, "Fix it." And I give them a call, introduce myself. And I was like, "What would you like me to do?" "Well, I want to get it running." "Okay. When was the last time it ran?" "I don't know." "Where'd you get it?" "Friend gave it to me." "Well, when was the last time it was run?" "I don't know." So I said, "Well, the gas smells like varnish, so it's going to need all new fuel lines, all this stuff." So I gave him a basic price. "Oh, no, that's too much." "All right. Well, you're going to come pick it up? Now throw it out." Now, if it's a piece of junk, cheapo machine, now I got to go to the dump and throw stuff out. I mean, come on, people. Be real, and then they think I'm a dump too. And I'm sure you guys, hey, Go Karts, how you doing, Patty? I'm sure you heard the story. I had the Aaron's parts tractor that I put on, was it Facebook Marketplace? Because you get 1 million hits on Facebook Marketplace. So I get a text message. There's a guy supposed to come by, pick the thing up. Says, "Take it." All right, I put free on it. So take it. So it's got good wheels, good tires, good seat, no rips, good steering. The engine was good inside. It just had some water in it because it was in a flood. Other than that, it was not a bad tractor. Good deck, all that stuff. My neighbor sends me a text, and I was showing people yesterday. It looked like it was jacked up on blocks, like it was in New York City. All right. I said to my neighbor, I go, "What the hell happened?" "Oh, they came by and started taking parts." I go, "What the hell did you let them take parts for?" "Huh? Oh, I thought it was just for parts." "Yeah, but take the whole tractor." So now I had this carcass sitting out there, no tires, no deck. I said, "Now what do I do with it?" So luckily, a guy from Hartford, which is a good hour away, he calls me up, said, "I'll be down." He parts out all kinds of tractors. Has a big place up there. He did. He drove an hour down, picked it up, didn't charge it anything, helped him load it on his trailer, and it was gone. So, but you know what? Next time, I'm either going to take it to the dump, especially if it's free. I'm going to either just take it to the dump, or I'm going to say all or nothing, and not have them come until I'm home, because, like I said, these grounders just went in there, started taking stuff, and it's like, now I can't roll it. The thing's 400 pounds. I can't roll it because you pirated the tires. Unbelievable. But what's up, go-karts? 5 horsepower. I see you got that all set up, right? It's all done, the purple one. All right, Craigie, have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Hopefully Matt will be on later. We'll see you. Everyone's telling me that find a local scrap guy. And there was one guy, he was local. And I mean, I go to the dump every other Friday. I'm at the dump because I have every other Friday off of work. It's just the way it works. And I don't mind. But when the people took the tires and stuff, now how the hell am I going to drag it on my landscape trailer with the corrugated metal, the expanded metal? It's going to be a pain in the butt. Anywho, but there was a scrap guy one time. He comes, I had a bunch of stuff out because it was a neighborhood pickup. Once a year we get neighborhood pickup. So I had a bunch of stuff at the end, and he looks at me, he goes, what are you doing all this? It's neighborhood pickup. He goes, well, give me $10, I'll take it away. So why would I give you $10? The town's going to do it for free. He looks at me. I was like, no, get out of here. Anyway. You'll get the scroungers who go for the metal first. All the aluminum will go, all the steel will go, cast iron, all that stuff will go, radiators and appliances, that goes. But, furniture and stuff like that, especially if it's lousy, it'll sit there till the town comes. But, yeah, I got a few more subscribers today. Thank you to all those. I think I'm up to like 115 or 116. Far cry from 1,000, but we'll see what happens. But I think this week I've got a kid coming over shortly with a Skag with a transmission. I think it's the shifter keys and the Peerless transmission. He says it's not really going in gear, but he says he has a transmission. I noticed, though, online, Amazon, I think it's something racing or something. I forget the name, something racing. I'll post a link later. But the Peerless Trans, the 4 or 5 speeds, they're like $176. They used to be $500 for those things. They've really gone down. They average about $200-300 right now. But there is a company, I don't know if they're importing Chinese or made in America, but they're selling the trannies for like $176, which is a great deal because they're used in 90% of the walk behinds that you see. So anyone's looking for a walk behind transmission, check out on Amazon and see, because you get a pretty good deal. The only thing about the walk behinds that I can't stand when you change the transmission, good luck getting the pulley off. That pulley is welded on. You take the set screw out, you heat it. There's one guy on there, I saw a video the other day. He ended up taking a crowbar and heat and everything else. He actually ripped the casting right apart, and the whole gear on the input shaft came out with it. So that's how much of a pain in the ass it is. So what I'm going to do, I told the kids, soak it in WD for a couple of days. Take the set screw out, soak it in WD, put a little heat on it, and we'll see if we could get the pulley turning when it's in gear. If it turns, I can use my muffler pneumatic and then pull it right off. But hold on. Let me see if this guy's out front. Hold on 1 second. Nope. Oh, hey, Matt, I'll be out in a minute. All right, customers here. All right, guys, I got to hit it. He's out there. I got to go talk business. So like, subscribe, do what you can. Yeah, we got a decent dump. It's not too bad. You have to be a town resident, though. You have to have your sticker in the window. Otherwise, they charge you by the pound. It's ridiculous. All right, I'm going to hit it. Thanks to all you guys. Subscribe, like, and whatever you got to do. Be safe today, guys. Watch some football. Those that enjoy it, go Packers, even though I'm living in Connecticut. But that's it for me, guys. I'm signing off. So we'll talk to you later. Thanks for showing up.